Trump just announced a 100% tariff on movies made outside of the US. Let's talk about this. So this is kind of the first time ever where someone has applied a tariff on something that isn't a physical good. This is technically a service. This is a digital media asset. It's films, this has never really happened before. This is such a different scenario that we've never seen, and it's just worth talking about. It's ironic that this is happening a month or so after Marvel just changed their studio location from Georgia to the United Kingdom. This is all because of tax incentives. It's cheaper to film a movie in another country. That's why Georgia had the biggest boom for the longest time with like The Walking Dead, Marvel, some DC films. Everything was being filmed here because it was profitable. But due to wage increases, they decided to film in the United Kingdom, and that's where they're filming Avengers Doomsday right now. For whatever reason, it's just cheaper to fly your cast and crew out to another country instead of filming in Atlanta, Georgia in the South. Unfortunately, this is so early within the announcement that we don't know the full implications of what this is going to do. So here are some theories and thoughts. If we're talking about from the literal perspective of a film made in another country, even though it was an American-based studio like Disney or Marvel, they will most likely be filming back in the States again, back in Atlanta at Trilith Studios. However, it's going to be more expensive to make these films because of the updated prices. But this is a pro for people who live here in Atlanta, Georgia, and they haven't been able to find work in a while, and then all of a sudden they're hired because they live in the Georgia area. And what most likely will happen is that editors will receive less because studios will have to compensate for other costs that they'll try to undermine editors and their worth and make them work overtime for significantly less. This was already a huge deal with Disney that was acknowledged like a year or two ago. However, this is what will most likely happen to anime films like Demon Slayer or My Hero Academia, or God forbid if they decide to make another Dragon Ball Z film. In order for another American distributor to buy a Japanese anime film to show in the United States, they will have to pay double for the American distribution rights. There will be a halt for a lot of foreign films, like not just anime, like Flow, which was French produced, or any obscure horror film that you might see on Shudder. And last but not least, this will affect you, the moviegoer. If you are someone who goes to any major movie theater like AMC or Regal, you will most likely have to pay more for your ticket because film studios let movie theaters license their films for a significant cost. 60 to 70% after the first few weeks, and 50% after that. And in order for them to compensate for that loss of money, they're going to charge us more. Thanks, guys.